Okay. Um, I'm getting towards the end of the building of stuff right now. And yesterday I decided I needed to do some problem solving with the little stool. Although you can see from this one, this is more like, this would be like a Barbie size stool. When I wanted something probably about a third this size. But anyway, it gave me some chances to go through and go over some things. I really do like the artwork on these. I'd like to do something more with them, or do something like it for another project. But you can see this was the stool that I put together. I decided to not put the cardboard in like I did with the first one because it just threw everything off, because there needed to be angles, and it wasn't going to work. But for some reason, and I think it's because I was going through and I was making all of these little center pieces that help hold everything up, I for some reason folded these up, and this brown tab that you see here should be right here. And I'm like, what on earth did I do? But I kept going forward. So I think that these are going to work, and they're going to work better if it's just the heavy paper and another piece of paper to the other side of it. Because what I did is, you can see I glued some scraps here and then just cut this out with scissors. So this worked a lot better. But again, I'd like to do something maybe similar to these designs, maybe not in flowers. I don't know. I thought they kind of came out cute. The yellow for the, again, is the one that's I'm the yellow artwork is the one that I'm tending to like the best, and the purple. So I'm going to put these over here, because these look more like, these would be like breakfast trays. So I'm going to put those over there. And then I found another one of the little toy chests. So I went ahead and put it together. I do not know why I did this when I wanted it to go to the inside. So then I thought, I've got a whole bunch of these little scrippy scraps of the wood, so I tried those out, and I like that a lot. I'd love to figure out some way of getting this to hold closed, because you can see it just pops, and I'm not sure what I need to do. So I need to figure that out. But the big thing is, I was working on some pieces today that I made some huge mistakes on. And when I say huge mistakes, I'm holding this up, and this is the 3-drawer dresser. You can see I made some mistakes right there with some of the paint. But you can see from this side, it's like, where are all the tabs? Where is the part that is right here, that I cut off of one side? Well, the reason I cut that off is because you can see the cardboard, I don't know what I was thinking. It's glued all the way up. It meets the top where it needs to be, like about a 0.5 millimeter off. And I thought, well, okay. The reason I wanted to do these is because I found this was some of the paper I had gotten at the dollar store. I got a 20 pack of it, and it just has like kind of patterns on it that are in different colors, kind of tie-dye kind of patterns. And I wanted to see, because it's on a nice cardstock, I'm like, I wonder if I could use these instead of painting. And the answer is yes, you can use those instead of painting. But the thickness of it meant that, for at least for this piece, it wasn't going to work well, because it was a little too thick. So I ended up cutting it off, and then I'm going to be attaching this to the top. I'm going to need to do some moving some stuff around, but it is what it is. I hate that. I've done my best in learning a bit more about how these go together. This is a little piece of cracker box, and I put some scrap on the back, and then I put this on here, and then that will be glued here. I think I may glue something else back here as I don't know what you call it. I don't know what that's called, because I don't want part of the reason I like these is because I like the overhang, even if it's just a teensy tiny bit. And if I don't do the overhang, it's going to look weird. So again, problems to solve. But, you know, now I got a little scrap of wood. This one, the 5-drawer one, went a bit better. And you can see I've got all of these in here. The paper glues like a dream, the dollar store paper. Glued it to the back of a cracker box. And because this was a little too, it kind of just munched up, made things look bulky, I just chopped off the tab and folded it in. So I think we're looking pretty good on this one. I remembered to glue the extra piece of paper in here this time, and I think I may do a similar sort of thing, and I want to experiment and see if maybe I could put something else back there, because, you know, I've got some space. I also put together the little fronts for the drawer pulls, and what I'm going to do with the drawers is I'm going to take some of this same paper and I'm going to add it to the inside just to see what it looks like. Oops, as I just knock everything over. And as you can see, these are the ones that I had to kind of redo a little bit, and I'm just going to glue these right to the front so no one will technically know they're there. But I wanted to see if I could strengthen these up just a tiny bit. So yeah, that's what I've been working on today. And like I said, I am closer to being towards the ends of things and then having to go back into computer stuff to figure some things out, and change some things around. Yeah, that got a little goofy too. That little bit right there, I've got to cover that up. Because that looks gross. I mean, come on, that just looks gross. I may just cut a whole new piece of paper and lay it across the top, although I'm a little tight here on the side, so I may not do that. Anywho, that's what I'm working on, and trying to keep my mind off of everything that's going on everywhere right now, because everything's on fire. And if I don't laugh, I'm going to start screaming. So, sorry for that yawn. Maybe I need a nap. Anywho, thank you, patrons, for sticking with me. And let me know if you're interested in doing any beta testing for me, which beta testing is basically you take one of the downloads and you cut it out and you put it together. That's beta testing. That's all can you cut it out and figure out how to put it together? That's basically it for beta testing. And when I ask you questions like, was it hard? Was it easy? Was this what was confusing? That kind of stuff. That's all beta testing is, at least for this project. There are other things that beta testing that are way harder. But anyway, I'm going to go away because I need to go take some medicine because I can feel the coughing coming on. So thank you, patrons, and I'll see you in the next video.